we have your attention, please? We're getting ready to make a proclamation related to Mexico's Independence Day that we are celebrating at this campus today. So Olga Munoz will give you more details, and we're going to go ahead and start.
Thank you for coming, and today we're celebrating 16 de septiembre, which means that I'm going to introduce Mr. Hinojosa here. He's going to do a little synopsis of the 16 de septiembre, and he's going to recite some poems and give you a little history behind it. And we're also going to have some more events coming up. And so here is Mr. Hinojosa, and I'll turn it on to him.
Okay, first of all, we want to thank each and every one of you for being here and to commemorate with the Mexican people one more anniversary of the Mexican independence. First of all, our indigenous reached the Valley of Mexico, coming from the Anahuac. They control this territory from the Anahuac to the country that we all know now as Honduras. The Aztec Empire, it was one of the biggest empires in the American continent. We suffered the imposition of a culture that it was inferior to the knowledge and spirituality of indigenous people in Mexico. It was the imposition of force and abuse against the wisdom and a way of spirituality of our indigenous people. It was the brutality, the cruelty, and the imposition of force over wisdom and spirituality. Our indigenous were people to which we own right now the knowledge of number 0. They also know that the year was made of 365 days. Thank you to them, we have a calendar today. Also, it was the imposition of force, of brutality, over the knowledge of people who know where the sources of energy of Mother Earth were all about. They built their pyramids, their temples, over those sources of energy. When the Spaniards came to Mexico, they not only commit a genocide over the indigenous people, they also destroy important knowledge from which we could benefit today. Because contrary to what they want to tell us in history, that they come to educate savages, the only thing to know right here is that they kill innocent and people with knowledge, with wisdom, with allowed to teach to future generations. The Mexicas, from which the term of Mexico comes, come from the Anahuac. It is almost the border from Canada. They dominate the rest of the indigenous in our continent, from Canada to Honduras. The important thing about it, it was that they know that they was going to be defeated because of the prophecy of the fifth son. The fifth son says that people across the sea will come to take away their lands. But also, they know that they have to keep their knowledge for future generations. That's why we, the people from Mexico, Mexico means, according to our ancestors, the navel or center of the world. They say when Mexico falls, the world will fall together. That was the prophecy of people which spirituality amazed today even the scientists. They have the knowledge of astrology. They will know with more precision than today when an eclipse could happen. So what the Spaniards come to make in Mexico, it was not just the killing of people, but the killing of knowledge and wisdom. So the time came, and for 300 years, the proudest warriors in the continent were slaves of the Spaniards. 300 years. 300 years of abuse. 300 years of make these people feel that their value as human beings were nothing. But history has been demonstrate the contrary of that. They name the Spaniards, the new territory, they call it the New Spain. This new territory was formed now by 4 groups. The criollos, that was made the mix between Indians and Spaniards. The other group was the mestizos. That was the combination of criollos and indigenous. Then they come the Isobaric people that were the Spaniards. And of course the indigenous people that constitute 60% of Mexico territory. Even with their massacres, they could not finish with our root. But ambition always have an end. And the rivalry that Spain had with England because of the land of the new continent served our people. Because of that, the first conspiracy take place in Mexico. Because their people doesn't want to be dominated no more, or to be no more under the king of Spain. The first conspiracy in Valladolid was discovered by the Spaniards. And they were killed, and they were incarcerated. But the fire already was on. So the conspiracy of Querétaro make that people, as Allende, a military, Josefa Ortiz de Domínguez, an educated and aristocratic lady, people like the priest Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, and some other people of vanguard get together and prepare the new conspiracy against Spain. But like always, traitors make the people of Spain know about the conspiracy, and they attempt to finish with the new conspiracy.